since then I was always thinking that how can I scale this, how can I build this into a big business. And banking experience comes at some point of time, right? Like, I have managed funds and as a relationship manager for many clients, and there was a process to it and all that. I said, okay, let me create relationship managers for our clients in fashion space.
Okay.
Right? And how do we communicate? The second question is that, okay, you've created that. How do you communicate to your customers? There has to be a mechanism, or how do you scale it? And with all due respect, that is where the technology has come and played a big role. Like someone who's remote, who's placed in Dubai, or for that matter, any part of the country, they can be in Bahamas on a vacation, they'll get a style file on their phone. So that is the technology that we built, and we've taken a couple of subscriptions also. I kind of introduced body scanner into my website.
Okay.
With a lot of ifs and buts. A lot of people were anti in the team. A lot of people were like, how do you think this can manage? I said, there's always a first time. Let's try it out.
Yes.
If it doesn't work, we'll stop it. But let's try at least.
And when you launched your subscription-based
Yeah.
model, and how long it was with you that you got your first client after the launch of your subscription?
Well, the subscription, I launched it a year back as a pilot,
Okay.
but we didn't do any tech side of it. It was completely an offline setup.
Okay.
At that point of time, I immediately had 4 signups
Okay.
on an offline model. That kind of gave us a confidence, and also we understood the teething issues in terms of servicing. It's a service proposition at the end of the day, right? So you understand so we kind of corrected a lot of it.
Okay.
And after that, I realized that, okay, these are the issues, the blockages, and let's rework on them. And I started working backwards, and I understood that, okay, this side of technology can solve that problem. And a part of experience can be solved with this particular tech. So I'm a firm believer, and we're using AI in a right form to be able to, aggregate the design. I mean, we don't design using AI, but we try and educate a customer using AI.
But in this segment or in this entire industry, it's a very, very labor-driven industry. So you need those kind of people, and
Yeah,
you
of
have to
course.
handle those kind of people as well. So unko handle karna is a tough job, because sometimes maybe you feel that they should be treated properly, but multiple of the time you failed to do that because their mindset is completely different. सो हिंदुस्तान में कुछ ऐसा भी चल रहा है कि जो जैसा चल रहा है उसको वैसे ही चलने दीजिए. अगर आप कुछ अलग करने की कोशिश करोगे तो आप ही बेवकूफ़ बनोगे. So what was that kind of experience was with you when you started this
Oh my
journey?
God.
Because that was something which is really, you need to understand that root level, and then only you can flourish. Otherwise it will be very difficult.
Well, that has, I mean, like, a lot of interesting stories. I can sit and share that with you, but to start off with, it was not easy at all. Since I was into corporates and all that, and a part of my life, when my mother used to work with tailors, I'd kind of engaged with them at that point of time. But frankly, that has always been a struggle for someone like me.
Tailor master को manage करना.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. But over the period of time, I've also learned. I mean, I'll give you an example. I've sat with my tailors in the factories till about 3 a.m. in the morning, and I've had tea. We've burnt the midnight oil when it needed, and they've stood by me, and that's the amount of love and respect I've got. Because I had to go down to their level to be able to get my work done. But at the same time, I've also been bullied, and highly, financially, emotionally. It's not, the grass is always greener on the other side, but that was a learning, right, at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, when I started off my own unit, I felt that, okay, let me just bring in a culture, corporate culture. Let's give them the due respect that they deserve. They're human beings at the end of the day. Give them a great environment to work, air-conditioned units, and also, we would do an evening tea session, all of us together, whoever it is. Whether you could be a CEO of the brand, you could be a tailor, come sit, we all have tea and chai and biscuit together. So that sort of concept that I wanted to create, because I wanted everyone to be, create an inclusive environment around you. They're, understanding, okay, your son's going to school, okay, what does she like, your daughter. So I still remember one of my tailor had like 5 kids, out of which 3 of them were boys and 2 of them were girls. And they were 10-year-old, and he was trying to find marriage proposals for them. I fired him the second day. I said, you have to stop this or you can just get out of the company. I tried, of course, explaining him that that's not right. She needs to go to school, she needs to study. She said, how can I afford, ma'am, 5 kids? And he should have done a planning before. But anyways, that's his personal life. But coming back, I've also got, one of my master with a huge ego, like, the pattern masters are there. So he was like, I was trying to explain him, we tried making a very difficult outfit. It had like about artificial flamingo feathers for a shoot, like a big gown that we had to make.
Okay.
Almost like 5,000 flamingo feathers to be hand stitched. And it took almost like my 4,000 square feet studio overall. But there was this technical error that this gentleman was doing all the time on the fit on the mannequin. And of course, the logical mind takes the leap. So I went and I told him that this is not happening. This will not happen. He kept on arguing. And he told me to a point that, why don't you just go back to your bank and work there? You'll do very well. Why are you breaking your head with me here? Let me do my job. Well, so I don't think so you understand enough. I said, okay, let's do this. Let's create 2 dummies and let the model try. If I win. So that is how you got to nurture their ego, at the same time make your point clear.